Yeah, as it appears, and what I've heard from the doc so far is that there's no structural damage. So we got to get him over here today and see what all he can do on it. But that's about where we're at. So it doesn't appear to be a season-ending type injury. So timetable-wise, I'm not sure yet, but that was good news.
So won't start this Saturday. Will start.
Don't know. Don't know. Got to get him over here, see how he's moving around, see how he's feeling, and then take it from there.
Do you expect him to practice today?
I haven't seen him yet, so once I get him over here and see how he's feeling, we'll take that from there.
Would you assume that there's quite a bit of soreness involved that would make it difficult for him this week?
Yeah, it just depends. If he missed Monday, Monday's a lighter practice for us anyways, more mental stuff, so that wouldn't be a big deal. So we just have to see how he feels today.
Does that accelerate your time frame for Michael or try to?
It just depends. If Baker can't go, then obviously he'd get more reps than he's been getting, and just see how those other two guys are doing this week in practice.
What do you think of him during this time?
Did well. He protected the ball well, is what we had talked about. I thought in a couple of games he was trying to make every play and trying to hit a home run with every throw, and he really did a good job just running the offense when he was in there.
Coach, we had Coach Rhodes on our show this morning. I asked him about watching your game and what he thought. He said he saw a calmness to your team. Does that, when you hear something like that from another coach, does that please you when you know how the game started and kind of where you had to go from and work from?
I think it's more just a credit to some of our senior leaders, especially defensively. Those guys didn't panic at all. They made their adjustments and really pitched a shutout, after we got down 10-0. So that's more a compliment to those guys, and that they've played a bunch of football and knew, hey, that's just the first quarter. We can make this happen.
With the circumstances at the end of the Iowa State game the other night, do you anticipate those guys either being down or fired or really fired up?
From what I saw in that press conference, they'll be fired up. He does an incredible job motivating those guys, and you see that on tape. The effort, first and foremost, what jumps out to you. All those guys play their butts off each and every snap, and that's a compliment to that head coach.
Were you pleased with the running game that you guys showed on Saturday?
I thought we got some good movement up front. We still would like to be better, but it really kind of kick-started our offense when we had that one drive where we were able to hand it off a few times in a row, get the quarterbacks comfortable, and score some points.
Do you use the 2011 Iowa State game as any motivation, or is that in the past?
I'm not big into looking back. I'm sure the guys in here know what that felt like, especially coming off the big victory they had. But no, this is 2013, new coaches and new regime, so that's kind of where it's at.
Did you get to watch that game live, and what were your feelings about it?
In 2011, I mean, being a Red Raider, it wasn't a good night for us. Obviously, it was disappointing, but that happens in football. And but yeah, obviously, I cheer for the Red Raiders, so didn't like that.
Were you expecting to be 5-0 at this point in the season?
We expect to win every game. Like I said, since I got here, we're trying to get better each and every day, and it wasn't some goal to be 5-0 or 6-0. We just every time we took the field, we want to get better, and that's still how we're approaching it.
But with the win this Saturday, you become bowl eligible. What does that mean to you in your first year?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've expected to win every game, so the big plus to that is knowing you have those 15 extra practices with your younger guys, and I think that's what all coaches look forward to. Being bowl eligible means in December you get to practice those young guys and get them more reps.
Hey coach, how comforting is it for you that you guys get down 10-0, but the defense, like you said, pitched the shutout the rest of the way through. But how comforting is that for you that you guys can still do what you want to do, run the ball, throw the ball all over the place, and just kind of do the things that you want to do, knowing that our defense is pretty stout this year.
It's very comforting, especially with a younger offense that's still trying to develop and find its rhythm. And they've carried us. I said it all along. They've carried us so far, and even in spring they had the senior leadership that really showed up. So hopefully that'll continue, and then hopefully our offense will catch up, and then who knows what'll happen.
Are you going to try and use the running game yardage that you had last week? Just kind of trying to keep that going this week. How are you planning on breaking it up?
Yeah, we'll see. Like, you know how I am. I don't care how it gets done as long as we get the ball in the end zone. So we'll see if we can get it rolling again this week. That'd be nice. And if not, we'll just throw it every play. So that's kind of where we're at.
Do you think Bo Carpenter factored into the running game's improvement?
He did a good job. He's a talented player and has played a lot of football, and I think that showed up on tape. But he's still a little rusty, and he'll continue to get better. But I think his confidence in the huddle, you can see that it kind of calms the entire offensive line knowing that they have a guy that's played that much next to him.
But you talked about wanting to get more touchdowns in the red zone and field goals, but having a guy like Weston who's leading the country in points and field goals right now, what's it like having the luxury and him being that consistent this year?
It's been nice. Yeah, like I said, we don't want to send him out there, but every time he's stepped up and made big kicks, so I hope he'll keep doing it. But I've been very impressed with his poise and the way he's handled himself.
Could you talk about Mayfield's development? It seems like he's getting more comfortable, and he eluded a lot of sacks and was very patient, it looked like, in the pocket on Saturday.
He was much more patient, and like I said, that Texas State, we probably did him a disservice because I don't think he was really ready to go. He wasn't able to move around like he likes to do in his game, and so that showed up in that game. But he did a good job protecting it for the most part, staying in the pocket, getting through his reads, and so as a young quarterback, the more reps you get as the season goes on, you're usually going to get better.
This injury is to his right knee, or injury this,
I'm not even sure, to be honest. Yeah,
so you don't even know if it's the same leg that got bruised?
I am not sure. No, I just listen to what they tell me.
Could you talk about the student attendance? Blaine was telling us that it's like 13-9 and on poise to break an attendance record, and how important attendance is for this 11 a.m. game.
Yeah, it's been incredible. That student section, I've never seen one like it. So hopefully they'll keep coming. I know our players feel that, to have their peers in the stands cheering for them. That goes a long way for them, and it really shows what Texas Tech's all about, to have that type of school spirit.
Can you elaborate on that, Kliff? Because there was a report a couple of weeks ago saying how student attendance is basically down everywhere else around the country, except here right now it's actually over 100,000, 100% plus. What's it like just having that kind of support?
Like I said, to have your peers, when you're a student athlete, have your peers cheering and supporting you on that level each and every Saturday, it means the world to them. When they're here early during warm-ups and getting us going, and so that's been a huge, huge part of our success at home so far.
You watched the tape on Iowa State, and what are your concerns about them?
Very sound. They don't give up anything, and then the effort jumps out. You have to match their intensity because they're going to show up ready to go, and they're not going to make mistakes. So you have to play a really clean ball game to have a chance against them.
With y'all playing your first 11 a.m. game of the season last week, coming out a little bit slow, does it help playing the second week in a row that you guys know what to expect from 11 a.m. kick now?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it helps or not. I thought our energy was good to start the game. We just had some things go against us, but I thought they were ready to play. So I'm sure with that crowd this week, they'll be fired up and ready to go at 11. But that can never be an excuse. You know, football is football, and so I've never thought that was that big of a deal.
9 out of 13 times Iowa State has scored a touchdown in the red zone. What's the key to stopping them?
Our defense has been pretty stout down there. Hopefully, just keep tightening up in that area, and that's something they've taken pride in, has been very stingy on points when teams do get in the red zone. So hopefully that'll continue.
Is Michael Brewer in the position to win the quarterback position this week?
We'll see how he practices. Yeah, like I said, it's kind of all up in the air. I know about as much as y'all do at this point. So we'll get everybody over here to the building today and then sort through it as we go. But he progressed nicely last week, and so we'll see how he does this week.
Did Baker go to the hospital when he got back here? Did he take x-rays?
I think he just went and got it scanned, and that's the last I heard, was that they checked out the images and there was no serious structural damage.
That would be an MRI.
Yes, ma'am.
Being 5-0, through 5 weeks, what have y'all done better than you might have expected? And what has not developed as fast as you would hope?
Yeah, I've been really happy with the special teams overall. You know, we had some issues on coverage this past week, but just you turn on the tape and it's clean. Guys are going in the right spot. They know what they're doing, and there's good effort special teams wise. And obviously the defense, everybody knows they played well. And then offensively, we just haven't scored like we should be able to with all the playmakers we have. And that's just coming together, getting used to new quarterbacks, new guys up front, and hopefully that continues to progress. But it's exciting that we haven't peaked. You know, we haven't played our best game, and our guys know that.
Can you talk about the Dylan Cantrell? He was in early, had that nice catch at the end of the game too.
Yeah, he is a guy who stepped right in. You know, he's playing at White House last year at this time, so to see him step up and just play and not be afraid of the moment was fun to see. Great catch at the end, and so I was excited that he had that success. He'll be back this week. I don't know to what extent, but he'll be active and ready to go.
Jackson Richard leads the team in turnovers with an interception and 2 fumbles. Well, what's he do well that gets him those turnovers?
Just right place at the right time. He told us all he does is make plays, so I guess we need to find ways to get him in more. But he's an excitable kid. He does everything right. You know, the way he works, the way he handles himself in school, the way he practices, got a great energy. So you're obviously excited to see him have that type of success.